This is Mike Adams. I'm the International Coordinator for First Response Radio. So talking today about how the communications with communities can be more than just information, but actually bring healing and help in this psychosocial recovery and helping people heal from the trauma and these things that they've come through in the disaster. I'm going to share stories from 3 different countries. We've been working in disaster response since 2004 when we responded to the tsunami in Aceh. And after we finished 3 months of emergency operation in Aceh, someone told us, he said, Mike, if the only thing that your team did was play local Achenese music, that alone would have been a form of trauma counseling. There's something really important about using local ethnic music. And he said if we had forgotten everything else that we did, all these other useful things that we did to help communicate with the community and bring useful information, he said he found it so helpful that we were playing Achenese music. So don't forget the value of local ethnic music. The second story comes from Pakistan. The 2005 earthquake in Pakistan was up in the mountains, and one of my colleagues, Hazin, was working there, and Hazin traveled way up into the mountains, and there was a place where the people didn't even know what kind of disaster that was. Now, some people say maybe it's better that we don't tell them all the bad news. We hope they're going to recover. We don't want to add to their trauma. But really, not giving them any news is worse than giving them the bad news. The bad news was 85,000 people died. But people didn't, and that it was an earthquake, but people didn't really know that that's what had happened. The earthquake had caused landslides. The landslides were so loud, the noise sounded like a bomb going off. And so people told Hazin, they thought that a bomb had gone off. Well, they're in the border area near India, and always in conflict with India. India has nuclear weapons. They thought, we're at war, it's nuclear Armageddon, it's the end of the world. Well, no, the bad news was that 85,000 people died, but it was not nuclear war, it was not the end of the world. If you don't give people information, they will imagine things to be even worse than they actually are. Our last stories come from Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. Our team responded there to Tacloban City, and our team did a number of really good things that helped encourage healing and bring hope and bring recovery. They asked every NGO who came in to speak at the radio station, anyone who came in and put on the headset and sat down in front of the suitcase studio, in addition to just giving information, to also share encouragement. I remember they sat down from Internews, Jacobo Quintanilla is sitting at our radio station, and they asked him what they do, but they also said, now, what can you say to bring encouragement to the people of Tacloban? They also asked the mayor's office, City Hall, to share words of encouragement with the people. They became the voice of the City Hall. So the mayor came in, he sat down in front of the microphone, and he told the people, on day 10, it's time to rebuild our city. And he called people to come to a flag-raising ceremony Monday morning, 8 o'clock in front of City Hall. He said, it's time to start rebuilding. I call all the city workers, all the employees to come to City Hall. We will raise that flag, we will sing the national anthem, and we will go back to work and we will rebuild our city. It was very powerful what the mayor shared. So we broadcast it live, they recorded it, they played it again and again, and until everyone got the message. Monday morning, flag raising, we're going to start rebuilding. And I think finally, what we learned from our Filipino team, during the daytime they would provide information. They would do two-way messaging with the community. But in the evening, after office hours, they would stop the information and switch to music, switch to entertainment, encouraging, and do all sorts of fun things in the evening, build relationships with their community. And they did, during Christmas time, they were doing Christmas carol competition, and people would come in and sing, and there's impromptu concerts happening in our little studio on the top of City Hall. So they did many different things to encourage people, to help them bring back a sense of normal. And within that environment, within that culture, it was most appropriate to also invite in priests from the Catholic Church to come in and share. People heal and recover best within their own cultural environment. So the Catholic priest came in, shared prayers or words of hope and encouragement, and all of those things helped really bring healing back into Tacloban City there in the Philippines. So those are the things that I wanted to share. Don't underestimate the power and the value of ethnic music. Give all the news, even the bad news, because people imagine worse when they don't have the information. And even segment the day for some time for informing, some time for just encouraging and just having fun and helping bring normal back into the community. This is Mike Adams from First Response Radio.